Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
What a mess.
What a mess. And there's been several massive wars since then, none of which Israel started. We had the Six-Day War in 1967, the Yom Kippur War in 1973. That was the last really, really big one, but there's been lots of small, there was the wars with Lebanon and yeah. It's been ugly.
And then, okay, so, wow. And then, so last year starts another one.
Right.
Or they just thought they were going to wipe them out. Like, this is the time.
Yeah.
We're finally going to
Yes.
get rid of and that failed.
Yes.
So Hamas is now pretty much decimated.
Right.
Is the war, and pardon me for trying to oversimplify, but is it officially over, or is there still fighting going on? I mean, I know there's still bad feelings, or have been for centuries.
Right. I don't think this war, I think in the United States and in the West in general, we're very focused on problem solving, which is not a bad thing, right? But we look at the situation between Israel and its neighbors and we think, how can we solve this problem? And I can tell you right now, the problem is never going to be fully solved. You are never going to have a world where Arabs and Jews love to live next to each other. It's not going to happen. There's too much history. There's too many grievances. Okay, maybe in 3,000 years it'll happen. I don't know. But for the next generation or two at least, you're going to have enormous amounts of hostility and mistrust. And okay, so in sort of the existential sense, the war is not over. It's not going to be over.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Okay, but that doesn't mean that the hostility is never going to cease, right? So, as I said before, I think basically in the Gaza Strip, Israel is now running counterinsurgency operations against Hamas with the goal to completely remove them from military and political dominance. I don't think you completely get rid of Hamas, but you can get pretty close. And they're pretty close. And then we have to talk about the rebuilding of the Gaza Strip and what that's going to look like, and that's a whole separate mess of its own.